And now, live from Isolation Station in Burbank, California, it's The Plague, week 51 of the Allison Rosen is Unibest Friend Show. Tonight, Allison welcomes her guest. He's a producer, colonel, and chef who might be wearing a suit, but that's just his way of sticking it to the man. It's Jeff Fox. He's a man who's more than just a pretty hashtag. He's a hard-living guy who hits the open roads in his Class A RV, nodding at long-haul truckers just to make them feel seen. It's hashtag Al. And she's a comedian and one-issue voter who only backs politicians willing to commit to changing the green Skittle from apple back to lime. It's Jenna Kim Jones. Tone Zone is here to show us how to feel less alone during quarantine through the magic of gluing googly eyes on everything. I'm her husband, Daniel, saying hop on board the Love Bus. Say hello to your best friend, Allison Rosen.
Allison Rosen. Allison Rosen is your new best friend. Allison with her the good times never end. Allison Rosen doing the wavy pencil dance again. Allison's your new best friend.
Hello, my little lime green Skittles. Welcome to another exciting episode of Allison Rosen is your new best friend. That particular, possibly discontinued, I don't know, carbohydrate was sent in on Patreon. Patreon.com/Allison Rosen by Kelly Everett. And it was very hard to choose a carb because there were all sorts of carbs related to today's guests. Apples and pineapples, all sorts of Philadelphia stuff or Pennsylvania stuff. But I haven't even told you who today's guests are yet, although someone with a keen ear might have already figured it out, or just someone who read the episode title. Anyway, I would like to say hello, Al and Jenna. Hello!
Hey. Hello! We're so glad to be here.
I'm so excited to have you guys back. Jenna, what is the deal with lime green Skittles?
They stopped making them here in the United States, and they replaced them with apple green Skittle. Apple green,
yeah. Green apple.
Green apple. Guys, I'm already losing it. Green apple Skittles, and they're disgusting. They overpower the whole thing. It's a nightmare. However, my brother in the Netherlands, they have lime Skittles, so he sends me a bag every once in a while, and I think I'll survive for now, but I'm still mad about it.
Okay, because you had posted something about like some announcement that you thought was going to be they're reintroducing lime green Skittles or something.
A girl can dream, but they did some weird Super Bowl thing. I think all they were announcing was like merchandise, and I'm like, I will not buy one thing from you until you bring back lime. And they said, we don't care. So, they just...
I think... And this is deja vu. I feel like this has come up before, but a long time ago. I feel like Lifesavers also got rid of their lime and replaced it with apple. And it's just making me wonder, was there, is it hard to get lime flavoring? Are the beaver butt glands not producing that flavor anymore?
I don't know, but I don't understand it. So I've seen people, there are a lot of people that like the green apple, but it's too strong a flavor for me. Always has been. But some people say, well, they already gave you lemon, so why do you need lime?
They're different.
Thank you. And they go great together. Hello.
Yeah, I like green apple smell. Give me a green apple candle, but I don't need it in my Skittles or my Lifesavers. I am so excited also to say hello to Jeff Fox. Welcome back.
Hey, Allison.
Ladies.
We're all here.
How's it going?
Good. How's everything with you? This is news to me, the lime green Skittles thing, so I'm a little taken aback. I hope I can bring myself back.
Just
time to have something to say for the show.
Take a deep breath.
What did happen with the Lifesavers? They got rid of one and replaced it with something terrible, and then they had to switch it back. I feel like that never works.
You mean in the original? And again. Yeah. And I love announcing that I'm not a candy podcast, but we do talk about carbs a lot.
All the time.
I am not, I just, my brain got stuck in a groove. Do you mean the 5-flavor Lifesavers?
Yeah. Didn't they get rid of one of those? Or
I think they got rid of the lime flavor and replaced it with green apple. Maybe there was some other flavor escapade as well. I don't know. Jenna?
Flavor escapade.
I don't know. Lifesavers, I'm not totally up to date on.
We don't eat a lot of Lifesavers.
Yeah, I like them.
But you have, like, with Skittles, it's like scorched earth in this house. I never expected. We're like married to the Skittles colors. Literally
Dead to me.
Yeah.
Literally
our
married.
wedding party, like our reception party, everything was Skittle themed with the colors, and we had Skittles everywhere, and it was like the best party ever. And I just feel like, why would they do this to me?
Right.
I was going to
You know?
say, do you feel betrayed?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah.
It's personal. Yeah.
It's been a few years, too. I really have held on to this pain for too long.
But, like, the Skittles inventory has gone down significantly in this house.
Yeah, I can't buy
I've been
it.
impressed.
I can't buy it. I can't eat them.
Yeah. It's a real...
Did you say you've
So
been
when you're-
impressed, Al?
Yeah, because like the love, like when I first met Jenna, she had like a 2-gallon jar that was full of Skittles
Always.
in her apartment. And I went, this girl, she likes Skittles. This is a thing with her. We had a candy party. We've been dating 2 months. We had a candy party. There was a lot of Skittles
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, before every stand-up show, handful of Skittles.
Handful of Skittles.
That's how you get through it.
Yeah. It's like this. It was part of her personality.
Yeah.
You are to Skittles and candy, I guess, as according to Daniel, as I am to coffee, because he says that when he first started dating me, he was like, this girl, she really likes her coffee. Because I would be
Same
like
thing.
drinking a pot, in the evening.
Yeah.
I worked nights back then. Okay. I need to say hello to the man that I call Tone Zone, and he has not really weighed in on that name, but that's okay with me. Hello, Tony.
Hello. I just sort of have accepted that name, I think. And for some reason, it feels like it doesn't seem like you've called me that in a while, actually, now that you say that.
In my head, I do, though. In my head, you're Tone Zone.
All right. That's fair. That's spread a little bit, too. Some other people have taken to calling me that.
Yeah, it just feels right. Although Jackie recently referred to you as Tampthax, which
Yeah,
was
we don't need to bring that one back.
one of my favorite potential Tony nicknames.
Yeah, I'm going to move right past that and tell you that I did a quick Google search, and it appears that the Lifesavers flavors are orange, pineapple, raspberry, watermelon, and green apple.
I also take immense issue with watermelon. Maybe that's what Jeff was thinking of. I feel like maybe that one wasn't an original flavor, because who would want that? Am I on my own here?
Where'd cherry go?
Yeah, I thought they got rid of lime and replaced it with green apple. But I mean, my experience with Lifesavers was the 70s. Lifesavers were big in the 70s, so that predates Jenna and Al. So
We actually, I think I had
ancient history to you guys.
I had the throw off of the 70s, which was the Lifesaver pillows. So it came in a bag that looked like a Lifesaver wrapper, and you would pull out multicolored circular pillows.
Those were cute.
They was amazing.
Those were so cute.
Yeah.
Was that a toy, or were you actually
No,
supposed to use them?
I have no idea where we got it. They were like full-on pillows. Like you could use them, and we would stack them and throw them at each other and sleep on them. But you'd have to put them into the Lifesaver case at night.
I think that sounds like the cutest thing I've ever
I don't know.
heard.
It does sound pretty fun.
But if you drooled
So-
while you slept, they would stick to your head. That's the only downside.
Yeah.
That's why they got rid of them.
One more a coda to the Lifesaver story. Because I sound like the world's biggest Lifesaver aficionado, and I also not super into them, not really a hard candy person. Feel like I'm a little too young. But gummy Lifesavers, if I had to choose a Lifesaver, I'm going to go with gummy. So anyway, moving on though. I had a slip of the tongue earlier. I'm not, I do a lot of talking into microphones. I don't think I've ever, except for here and there, but I've not in any sort of big way had like an embarrassing slip of the tongue. And yet... I don't know what's so funny, Jeff. This is nervous. Camel Toe City population me. I'm sorry, but different. Do you know what's in that? You look like you've been chowing box, man. My butt is getting so raw, and I don't feel like things are being taken care of. Okay. He'll just ram some apples up my butt, and I don't want them. Podcast boner.
Yeah, I stand corrected.
Those were intentional. I mean, that's practically scripted. No, I'm talking about where you mean to say one thing and another comes out. Look, as I'm saying this, I'm realizing there's exceptions. But anyway.
Oh, sort of like
The David Matthews Band.
Yes, I was thinking that one.
I was too.
Actually,
Okay.
and I forgot too that you kind of had one recently that I have not even brought up. It was very quick, and it's not going to be very effective. But here it is. You were for some reason you were mentioning states, and you said everyone's favorite state,
New Jersey.
That's
New Jersey.
Philadelphia.
New Jersey. That's when you do something in a New Jersey way. Like, that's so New Jersey of you.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I think the David Matthews Band is playing there soon.
I also, on the Daniel and Me episode, said Sandy Duncan, one of my first crushes, but in Peter Pan, but the Y didn't come out. That was a classic David Matthews situation because I said Sand Duncan. He's like, it's Sandy Duncan. I'm like, that's what I said. Even though I know it didn't come out all the way. But anyway, let me just say what happened. So we have lots of nicknames for Owen. Owen Little Pants, Owen Little Buns. I don't know why we call him that, but we do. So today, and look, we have no childcare right now. It's hard. And I was a little bit frustrated because I was trying to get him to take a nap and he didn't want to go in his room. And what I heard was Owen Little Bitch.
Oh.
I know. I caught myself really fast. But it's so weird when just you completely lose control of your words.
Eye doctor, professor, bitch.
I was not thinking he's a little bitch or anything. I'm like, what just happened? I feel like my mouth wanted to say, oh, and little buns, and also
Little
maybe
britches?
something about Thomas Middleditch. I don't know. Anyway, though, thankfully no one caught it. But Jenna, I heard a clip of you calling your daughter by the wrong name recently.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about salmon on our podcast, Couple Friends, and then we moved on. And Al said he wanted to take the girls to a teppanyaki restaurant someday because it's so entertaining and fun, and they would probably love it. And I'm like, yeah, salmon would love that.
Salmon?
Full on called her salmon. I don't know. I think maybe it's like a cute little thing we're going to go with now. Hey, little salmon. Her name's Sam, so I wasn't that far off.
That was very funny. So what happened did something happen with the tooth fairy? It sounds like I've done a pre-interview or something. So tell me about the tooth fairy.
So speaking of our daughter Salmon, we have entered a new era in our house where she lost her first tooth.
Yeah, just this last weekend.
Just this weekend. And she's been really excited about it. And I've been really on the fence about tooth fairy. I mean, we're already doing all these.
Well, very early on, you said, I don't do teeth.
Well,
I do lots of things, but I don't do teeth.
I have to say, I love my children dearly. I have wiped butts. I have caught throw up. I have been thrown up on, so many, all the gross things that happen.
So many boogers.
So many boogers, sneezes in the face. Mm-hmm. I've done it all, and I'm okay with all of it. But as soon as she started wiggling that tooth in my face, I mean, it gives me the willies like nothing else. It really, watching it wiggle, and it's I can't do it. I can't do teeth. So every time she'd want, Mom, what do you think? She'd start wiggling it near me. And I would say, you need to talk to your dad about this, okay? Because
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
that's what, So it's really tough. And so we're having breakfast on one morning, and she's just talking, and her tooth flew out of her mouth.
Didn't even have to pull it. It was awesome.
No, it just flew out onto the table.
Oh, God.
This tiny little tooth. Anyway, I was fine once the tooth was out. I helped her out. I did call down Al immediately. he was upstairs. I'm like, hello, I need you. There's a tooth on the table. So it's so tiny. Little teeth they're just so little. So I taped it onto a 3x5 card because I had some nearby. And then I'm like, what are we going to do about this tooth fairy thing? Like, she's heard about it. Her friends have talked about it. You know,
You got to do it.
You have to, yeah. But it's like, it's so crazy. So anyway, I told my mom about it, and she was like, you need to set an alarm because let me tell you what, like, doing that tooth fairy drop off in the middle of the night, it sneaks up on you. You are going to forget. I'm like, oh, this is my first one. I'm not going to forget.
12:30 and then
It was 1:06 a.m.
1:06 a.m.
I shot out of bed and shouted, tooth fairy! So I am like, oh man, what am I going to do? So I get out of bed, throw on my bathrobe, run into, we have like this little room where I've set up all my, it's like my second party closet. It's where all my like crafty things are that I use. And I grabbed a piece of paper and I'm like cutting it out to fit in this little envelope. And I'm like, man, I'm doing an envelope. This is getting out of hand already. I'm like, I sit down and I start writing this letter and I'm tired. I'm like,
She writes,
Dearest
she
Samantha.
writes letters.
I'm writing a letter, Allison. Dear Sam. I'm like 3.5 sentences in and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like having this, like I'm yelling at myself in the middle of the night. What are you doing? This is
I came
a
in 'cause I'm
terrible
like,
idea.
It's a smash and grab job. What are you
Yeah.
doing in here? Why are the lights
Just throw
on?
the money.
It's hand in, hand out. Let's go.
So I shredded up the letter, got another piece of paper, stuck it, I wrote, Sam, congrats. Love TF. Threw it in the envelope, put $1 in there. I go in her room. As I'm sliding my hand under her pillow, she wakes up, pops up, and goes, hey! And I'm like, hey, what's up? Al's still around, thank goodness. So he knows what I'm doing. He runs in and distracts her. So he's talking to her in the other way. And as they're talking, I'm switching out the tooth for the envelope. We make it out. We all go back to bed. No problem. 5 a.m., sobbing from her bedroom.
Oh no.
Sobbing. So I run in there. What's going on? Are you okay? She said, the tooth fairy took my tooth. I wanted my tooth. Hysterical sobbing. I'm like, did you look in the envelope? And she goes, no, I didn't open it. I'm like, well, give it to me. Let me go look at it in the light. So I take it out into the hallway, get the tooth out of my robe, stuff it in the envelope, come back out, put it back under her pillow and say, well, why don't you open the envelope? And she opens it, cries some more because she's so grateful that the tooth fairy is going to let her keep her precious little tooth because she loves it so much. And all in all, it worked out. But she was a little confused about, like, he just said, congrats? She just said, congrats?
TF.
What's...
And also, we had to set down, like, do you get to keep the first tooth?
Yeah, we
But
made a new...
There's not going to be, like, a bag of teeth that you're hanging on to.
Just so you know, Sam, the tooth fairy only lets you keep one tooth.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a whole saga, and I am already over it. How many teeth are we going to have to do this for?
Probably like 20.
At least. And then Dylan's going to start losing them, and who knows? I mean, it's
It's a mess.
a lot of teeth that I wasn't prepared for.
Start
Before
feeding them Dr. Pepper and the problem will solve itself.
It's all fall out.
Before I heard that she woke up while you were in there, I was going to say kids must just sleep so much more soundly than we do, because if Daniel even looks at me in the middle of the night, I am wide awake. I don't know how my mom, I'm such a light sleeper. I don't know how my mom was able to like get something out of from under my pillow and put something back under it, but she did.
Yeah, no, I don't. It was crazy.
What did the letter start to say?
The first letter,
Yeah.
it was like, Dear Sam, congratulations on losing your first tooth. This is such a big day for you. You're growing up so great. I mean, it was like, this is not who you are. This is not what you do. And immediately I start tearing it up, and that's when Al comes in, and I burst into laughter because I'm like, I just wrote a freaking letter about a tooth. Who am I?
And then also, you're being sort of grossed out by teeth. And apologies for the extensive tooth rants I went on for that sad period of time on the show. I mean, just apologies to all the listeners about that, too. Because I recently heard someone talking about dental stuff, and I was like, you can't get me out of here fast enough. And then I've had to recount all the episodes where I talked about the crowns and whatnot. But that's behind us. But anyway, have you always been grossed out by teeth? Because I'm remembering kids like you'd like when they got loose, you'd like turn them around, you'd flip them around. They'd be just dangling by a string.
Oh, that's the worst. Yeah, no, I think I've always been creeped out by teeth. I think teeth are worse than feet for me. And I'm not a huge fan of feet either, but there's something about it. I don't want to know about your teeth. Maybe I don't have very good teeth. Like I've had to do lots of dental work, and maybe there's just some kind of like sensitivity there, but I'm shocked by how like I feel like there's so many things I've been able to handle in my life, so many gross things, and yet for some reason this one is just like a total mental block. Like I cannot get over it.
Yeah.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Get out of my face and shut your dirty mouth.
Al, sounds like you need to be the tooth fairy.
TF.
Yeah, I am TF. I've accepted. I wiggle the tooth all the time. There's another one right on deck.
Yeah.
So
up another couple of weeks, we got to do this whole saga again.
There's only a few things that I get to own in this house, and teeth are one of them.
You're welcome.
I'm excited to own that.
What are the others?
The garage.
Taking out the trash.
Taking out the trash, taking out the teeth.
Changing out batteries for kids' toys.
Oh, that's the best one.
That's 100%
Anytime a
mine.
noisy toy runs out of batteries, they're like, Mom, please, please. Dad's at work. He's the only one who knows how to do it. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. That's like,
Is that it?
After that, we share everything.
Grilling.
But, yeah, grilling, smoking. Yeah, that's about it.
Smoking meat.
Yeah, Daniel is in charge of batteries in this house too, because Tony, I don't know, Jeff, I don't know if you guys know this, kids' toys, it's not just like us replacing a battery in something. It's got they're all screwed in. So it takes like eyeglass, a tiny screwdriver. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
And you never know how many
Agreed.
batteries. It's always like 8 AAA.
I know.
What in the
So
Especially
many.
if the toy comes with the batteries in it, it's always a whodunit. You're going to open it up, and because you didn't have to put the batteries in, you have no concept of how many are in there. And you open it up, it's just
Yeah.
like, could be 2, it could be 8, you don't know.
I used to buy like D batteries by the gross, and I'm like, what? Everything was using D batteries for a while.
Yeah.
It
Not
was
anymore.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like a pallet of D batteries, which is very heavy.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know
Yes.
why we have it. It's like Daniel didn't have a D battery and needed one once and decided he's taking matters into his own hands.
Yes.
Speaking of Daniel, now he's not here to defend himself. So
Look
I
at my
have
balls.
2 things to say. He is letting his hair grow out. It's now like an inch, 3/4 of an inch to an inch long. He thinks he has long hair. And the other day he's like, how do I figure out what kind of hair I have?
Like a douche.
I think he wanted to, how you can like type your curls, like, oh, my curl pattern is this, my curl pattern is that, or whatever.
No.
Maybe you don't know this. This is the thing I know. But he wanted to figure out like what type of curls he has because he wants to do some research to find out the best products for his hair. This is the most Daniel thing ever. And then he told me that he bought some shampoo that's supposed to be the best for his hair. And they only had like a salon size pump of hair moisturizing shampoo that's good for his hair. And I just want you to guess how much it cost. Here's the thing about Daniel. I realized this when we first moved in with each other. There was like a subtle war between, because we both were old when we met each other, so we both had a whole bunch of stuff. So there was this war over like, well, whose this are we going to keep? Whose this are we going to keep? And of course, I wanted it to be all my stuff because I'm an asshole. But it's only years into the marriage where I realized, but I had like a frying pan I bought at the grocery store. And he just goes straight for the top of the line stuff. So anyway, just knowing that, guess how much as a family we spent on Daniel's new shampoo.
So what was the ounce size? It's like 32 ounces? How big of a...
I feel like, it was probably like 33.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's the big salon bottle. I know what size you're talking about.
$85.
I was going to say 65.
I was going to say 75.
$1, Bob. $1. Come on,
That's
Jeff.
a big bottle, and I'm assuming it's something fancy. I'm going to say $95.
Wow.
Look at us.
You guys are making me feel better about it. It was only $70.
It's still a lot, though.
Closest without going over.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's right. What'd you guess, Jenna? 65?
Uh-huh.
Which, here's the thing. I don't think I've ever bought, maybe by ounce, I have bought shampoo that is that expensive. I just haven't bought the apocalypse size. But I have rarely ever spent that much money on a hair product. Good for him.
Can you put a price on a man's confidence, though?
Yeah.
Good point.
You can. Less than $70. I just passed an amazing milestone. I bought a too large bottle of shampoo of what for me was an expensive bottle of shampoo, which means it was $6. And it was a big bottle. And it looked like fancy shampoo, but it was terrible. It was just terrible. And of course, I couldn't possibly throw it out or use it to wash dishes or something stupid. I had to use all of it. Back me up, Al.
Absolutely.
Al's
Don't
nodding his
waste.
head. Thank you.
Don't waste.
Even though Al's hiding his shame that I bought a thing that only washes hair. And
Right.
It isn't like a 2 or 3
All
in
in
one shampoo.
one,
I know. I hear you. I'm ashamed.
No.
But anyway,
Yes,
I
well-
just finished it. It took me like a year to use that stuff. And I hated it. But I was like, pandemic is the time to use this stuff because nobody's seeing me anyway, but nobody's really seeing me now. So I should use this stuff like crazy. And I finally finished it. And it just felt like that was my quarantine project that I finally finished. You know how
You did
it feels like nothing moved for the last year. It was just everything was static. And then I just finished that bottle of shampoo and I was so excited.
Do you feel
And
liberated?
so I went, what's that?
Do you feel liberated?
I do. I feel like a new man. So I used my other shampoo, the one that I actually liked. I don't even know why I bought this other one. And it's so much better. And I just tortured myself for a year.
Welcome back, Jeff, and your hair.
Thank you.
Are you still styling with soap?
Yes, whenever possible.
I mean, I must ask, what is the bad shampoo? Lest anyone go out and spend $6 on bad shampoo.
The brand?
Do you remember?
I just threw the bottle out. It was a green bottle. I think it was like Tresemme or something like that. There's one like that.
There is. That is a shampoo.
I think that
That was
it.
high quality. It's like French.
Sounds fancy.
So-
It's like herbal
Yeah.
essences
Yeah.
when we were growing up. That was the one I
Nasty.
always wanted.
Essence of
Which
herbals.
Herbal essence.
Ooh, yeah.
I still use herbal. That's the one with the commercial where she's just like in
Going to
a
town.
fit, overwhelmed with ecstasy over her hair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I ran out, but occasionally when I will use drugstore shampoo, I will use herbal essences because it smells really good.
It smells amazing.
And for me, it works pretty well too. It doesn't get high ratings, but something I was going to say.
do you
it was
think
about? Yes,
Daniel
go ahead, Al.
is going through I think he's going through an identity crisis because I feel like he's trying to figure out what is my hair? I'm a new guy. What's this new me? I've done this before, and the problem is every person I would go to, I would walk in, they'd go the usual, right? And I'm like, you've never even met me, and they're like, yeah, but I know you. And then they don't even ask, they just cut my hair, and I'm like, but today I wanted a consultation, and I didn't get that. And then I even went to I go to a fancy hairstylist
He
now.
goes to my stylist now.
And I walked in and I said, this is it. I'm going to change the do. I grew it out for the pandemic. He's got lots of room to work. And he was like, the usual? And he just, right.
Yeah, but it's the best haircut you've ever had.
Yeah. But I can't redefine myself. Maybe Daniel's going through that.
I think so, because he said he wants to see where this goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for his
he's
journey.
on a journey.
I feel like barbers and hairdressers, they're kind of like psychics, where when you hear psychics tell their stories, they say, yeah, I'm not really psychic, but somebody walks through the door and I can tell that they're in a bad relationship. And so I just tell them, leave him. And they're amazed that I know what they're talking about. But it's just intuition. I feel like barbers and hairdressers are like that. So maybe they know your haircut.
They know
And
you.
my barber, and he's a friend of mine, the last time I saw him, he said, what do you want me to do? And I said, well, I don't have a lot of options here. I just make me look as unbald as possible. As possible. I qualified it. And it was a miracle. But I said, make me look as unbald as possible. So he's cutting my hair, and he stops and he said, hey, do you grow like a good beard? Can you grow a good facial hair? And I said, oh, yeah, I can grow a beard like Castro, yeah. And he said, you should think about shaving your head, maybe like doing some kind of facial hair thing. And I was like, what a pal, he's clearly saying to me, what you got going on here, like nothing would look better than this, right? So it's like, he's already doing me a solid by having that talk with me, by giving me the tough love. And then add in the fact of the matter is, like, if I start shaving my head, he's lost a customer. Like, he knows he's never going to see me again because I'm not going to, pay whatever
Right.
to have somebody shave my head. I was like, what a guy.
True.
But yet I'm still walking around with this mess.
Now people listening, though, I feel like they're getting the wrong idea. I'm looking at what looks like a decent head of hair, Jeff.
No.
Well,
No. It's all headphones. See? I've got a toupee taped to my headphones.
but you're not bald.
I'm not bald, but I'm not getting any less bald.
Yeah, I guess that's how it works.
It's whatever I got going on here it's on its last legs.
Maybe you need $20 worth of Daniel's shampoo. I feel like he should sell some off.
I feel like I need $1 worth of 99-cent store razor blade.
Tony, what about your hair journey?
Nothing that exciting. Mine's
Look at the head of hair
grown
on this guy.
quite a bit right now too. You can't really tell because of the headphones, but it's been a bit since I've had a haircut, and it's getting longer. And I was hating that it was getting longer, but now that I've kind of sat with it, I'm not minding it that much. I'm on the fence of whether to maybe even keep letting it grow. We'll see.
You didn't do like a stage do, like when you were on performing?
Well,
draw attention?
just kind of how my hair usually was, just very short. And which actually, that's a good question, because I actually kind of prefer to have short hair when I'm playing, because it just like gets in your eyes otherwise, and
Yeah.
gets so sweaty and gross. Yeah, short hair is better for stage.
And are you growing the beard back?
I think so. When I reshaved again last week, I was like, I think this was a mistake. And so I'm letting it come back in now, I think.
I like you both ways, but I am noticing the 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I got mixed opinions on how it looked without it, and I felt a little mixed myself, but I think I'm leaning more toward beard.
More toward the original Tony. If you're wanting to see all of these looks we're talking about, patreon.com/AllisonRosen, you can see the video. And also, if Daniel's happy with his just exorbitantly priced shampoo, that will go into my curated Amazon shop, amazon.com/shop/AllisonRosen. I've got all these lists in there. You can look at my podcast. You can shop my podcast equipment, makeup, hair stuff, home stuff, kid stuff. It's all there. Speaking of headphones, you guys, I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm always looking at a screen, now more than ever. And whether you're an avid news watcher or in serious need of a distraction, unplugging yourself is easier said than done. That is the cross I bear. One of my favorite ways to rest my eyes and still get the content I'm itching for, by putting in my Raycon wireless earbuds and listening to something great. Just recently, I was listening to Lorraine Newman's audiobook. She's my guest on the Monday show this week, with my Raycon wireless earbuds. Whether you're catching up on your favorite news podcast, binging an audiobook, or powering through your workout with a pumped up playlist, a pair of Raycons in your ears can make all the difference. They have no dangling wires or stems to get in your way. They come in a range of stylish colorways, but always with comfortable in-ear fit for a more discreet look. Yeah, they're super, you don't get that ear fatigue. They're super comfortable. And the best part is that they make great sound accessible to everyone with wireless earbuds starting at half the price of other premium audio brands. Raycon is offering 15% off all their products for my listeners. And here's what you've got to do to get it. Go to buyraycon.com/bestfriend. That's it. You'll get 15% off your entire Raycon order. So feel free to grab a pair and a spare. That's 15% off at buyraycon.com/bestfriend. Buyraycon.com/bestfriend. I also want to tell you guys about CBD MD. March is National Sleep Month. And as the official CBD of a good night's sleep, our good friends at CBD MD want to help you celebrate the right way. They've got dozens of options to help you relax, recharge, and enhance your nighttime routine and get the better sleep that you deserve. But nothing works better than their outstanding duo of CBD sleep aids. CBD PM blends sleep-promoting ingredients like melatonin, valerian root, and chamomile with 500 milligrams of high-quality CBD to create a powerful and effective sleep aid, while CBD PM soft gels contain all the CBD, melatonin, and chamomile you're used to in a powerful pre-measured soft gel capsule. I am a super big fan of CBD MD. They have not only sleep stuff, but they also have just stuff that'll help you relax. They have bath balms. They have stuff like pain relief. I have this pain relief roll-on with lidocaine that I use when I get a sore arm from vacuuming too much. It does happen, although my house is still messy. To make it even easier to relax, regroup, and recharge, they're offering all my listeners 25% off your next order when you use the promo code Allison at checkout. Once again, that's cbdmd.com, promo code Allison for 25% off your purchase of superior CBD products from CBD MD. Okay, and I'm back. So listen, I tweeted about something last night. I tweeted that I thought of something for Yes Please or Oh Puhleeze, the segment where we don't pussyfoot around anything. It's just hot takes, and I'm not afraid to get into hot water and into controversial territory with the following topic. You want to cancel me? Go ahead, try to cancel me, because I need to speak my truth, and if it gets me in trouble, so be it. But I need to know, and I hope you're not afraid to go there.
Do you need a theme song first?
Yeah, I do.
He said, yes, please, give me some of that. Oh, please, that's much crap.
And, yeah. I don't know. I mean, probably, but well, then again, though, it depends. Maybe oh, hell no. That's me offering one of my
The answer has been settled.
Hot takes. So listen, I should have run this, by you ahead of time, because I don't want to get you in hot water either.
No way. Cancel culture. Come and get me.
I hope you feel comfortable discussing how you feel about cheese and crackers.
Whoa.
And I'm not talking about those ones with the little stick, the little red stick that you spread the mushy cheese on.
Little spatula, yeah.
Yeah, which I saw someone saying that, talking about how they missed those. No, those have been garbage from the beginning. Oof. No, I'm talking about a piece of cheese. Oh, my words have already gotten me into trouble. Let's hear it, Al.
So strongly. Those were choice above all other options as a kid.
No, the breadsticks and cheese were better.
Yeah, I don't know. That cheese from the red thing. Ugh. Go on, Allison. Let's just
let's keep going.
Ruin my night.
Okay.
Allison, you were worried about cancel culture, and you just broke up a marriage.
I know. No, Jenna seems okay with it. She seems to understand that she's married someone who has the wrong opinion. Okay. So anyway, we're not talking about that, though, although I feel like maybe we should after. No, I'm talking. This is what happened. We recently purchased a great value, because because again, not afraid to spend money. Great value entertainment assortment of crackers. I was enjoying a
First
cracker.
problem.
And
They
I
were
had,
sold out of President's Choice.
they were all out of that, yeah. And I had a memory. This is something that's been happening to me a lot in the pandemic. I'll have a memory, but like instead of just a memory from last week, last year, my brain goes all the way back. A memory of being in college at like a wine and cheese mixer in the English department, and there being crackers and cheese, and like just the awkwardness of going up and there's professors and you're like, oh, I guess I want a grape, and I'll cut a piece of cheese but not the brie because that's too squishy, and I'll just have a piece of cheese and then I'll put it on a cracker and then I'll walk over there with my little tiny plastic plate. And just the disappointment of biting into that piece of cheese on a cracker. It's just, I like cheese, I like crackers together, and I can tell that Al's going to storm out. I feel
He's boiling.
Yeah.
together, they do not enhance. They don't take away. They might take away. I feel cheese and crackers they've been celebrated in culture for too long. They don't go great together.
This is tough.
Oh, Puhleeze!
I mean, he's turning red with fury.
Yes, please.
I
Cheese
thought
and
there was something wrong
crackers.
with the video, but Al's visibly shaking. The whole
Cheese
table
and
is shaking.
crackers are a staple of America. That said, there are too many options when it comes to crackers.
Agreed.
So it's possible, like when you get the really nasty, like wheat things, and I don't know a lot about crackers,
Do you
but
mean
I
wheat
know
thins?
that there's no. Wheat thins are acceptable.
yes, he approves.
The optimal ones are club crackers, Triscuits.
Ritz.
If you're really Ritz are too crumbly.
Oh,
Why don't you can go ahead, dip the chicken in the Ritz crackers. You can crumble them up into soup. The only other acceptable one, if you're really crazy, Townhouse. But I don't go there often. I stick with the club.
Got it.
The club cracker is premium.
is the club cracker like a rectangular saltine?
Yeah, it comes in giant stacks. And
Yeah.
they're like, kind of rectangular.
And what cheese are you eating with the club cracker? For the
really
optimal
anything.
Okay.
A pepper jack, a Colby jack. You can do a smoked Gouda. A lot of options here.
All right, maybe my cracker wasn't buttery enough because I think this was like a water cracker with pepper and
Yeah.
poppy seeds.
See, and that's when I think you get too crazy with the crackers, and then you have to have some kind of drink, like wine or something with it, and that's where it's not my wheelhouse. I don't deal with the liquids, the fluids.
Yeah.
It's just pure cheese and crackers. And every time I eat them, I go like, "This is not good for you.
No, they're not.
You need to
no.
stop this immediately."
Yeah, but it tastes good.
Well,
So good.
Al, we start because you say this is not good for you, and I just say this is not good. So we start out the same.
That's a good point.
That's true, but I am enjoying it. I just know it's bad for me. And the other thing I brought into this marriage was squeeze cheese.
Never had it
Cheese
before.
in a can.
I've had it
Little
multiple
Triscuit,
times.
Little squeeze.
Oh yeah.
Al loves
That
a
stuff-
sharp cheddar.
That stuff gets a bad rap. That stuff
does.
is good. It's so
delicious.
cheesy and salty, and it might not even be technically legally describable as cheese, but
Yes.
Yeah, they have to spell it
It's
weird.
tasty.
Like it's like
Yeah,
how
exactly.
Oreo has to spell cream weird.
Yes.
They have to spell cheese weird. Like there's a Z and a
3
couple of
E's.
extra
Yeah,
E's.
cheese
Yeah.
spray.
But I agree that a super extra sharp, easy cheese on a what is that one?
Triscuit.
No,
Triscuit.
the pepper. It's like a
Oh, a
special
cracked
Triscuit.
pepper and
cracked
olive oil.
pepper
Oh,
and
those are
olive oil
awesome.
Triscuit
Yes.
might be one of the greatest snacks I've ever had.
It's just possible you're doing it wrong, Allison. It's just possible.
Well, I'm open to considering that, although I'm firmly still in the oh Puhleeze, and yes, I did almost call it no thank you.
How
Again.
about we pack up the RV,
We're driving
we
out.
drive to LA, and we will present to you a cheese and cracker platter from the RV.
You,
Right out the window.
oh
yeah,
my god,
We, won't we can
Fresh
even
from-
just exactly.
fresh from the RV. You have yourself a deal.
part of the problem is that, as you said, crackers, pretty good. Cheese, pretty good or better. So you think, put these two together, 2 plus 2 equals 5, but somehow 2 plus 2 equals like 2.5 in this situation. And it depends on the variety of what you've got there. And I think that in the situations that you've had cheese and crackers, the cheese is probably subpar.
Yeah.
It's probably like supermarket, whatever platter.
Yeah, like
but
some
if you-
committee had to buy the cheese or something.
Yeah, some
Right.
committee had to get some intern to buy the cheese
Yes.
and like bring back change from a 5 while they're doing it. So all the things are stacked against you there. So if you get the right cracker and the right cheese, I think it's awesome. Like a Triscuit, for me, I like a Swiss cheese. Any
yeah.
of your smoked Goudas or the Colby Jack that
Pepper Jack.
Al was talking about. I think they're good, but I swear to God, I was just thinking this morning about how much I hate Ritz crackers.
Really?
Here's the thing, though.
with cheese, as Al said, as a dipping cracker. Okay,
Right. Yeah, you put some peanut butter on it.
Ritz cracker with goober grape.
Ooh, yeah.
Greatest combination of cracker with something spreadable.
Definitely.
I'm not sure if that's a category, but
I've only ever had them in like super adulty situations, meaning me being a kid and it being an adult situation. So a situation where there was no peanut butter or goober grape around.
I think that's the problem, though, is like when I eat cheese and crackers, it's like lean back on the couch where I can just do the, like, you just brush your shirt off when you're done. In a professional setting, I would not eat cheese and crackers for fear of having to go up and be like, professor, and then just spit crackers everywhere. I wouldn't do that.
So that move when you're
true.
standing there and you bite it and it just like falls in half and you just all over the floor.
Yeah. And they're
Ritz
like, "Get
crackers
out."
would be the worst for that. Because they
Yes.
are, I mean, you zeroed right in on their weakness.
oh,
They're
yeah.
so crumbly. So how are you dipping chicken in them? Or are you talking about like coating chicken?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like Ritz
coating
cracker
it,
chicken.
yeah.
Ritz cracker chicken, fantastic.
I've only had it once, and Al made it for me.
Yeah.
It was good.
It's never even occurred to me. Okay, so
Oh,
Jeff,
check it out.
are you, what did you give it?
I'm going to give it a yes, please. A qualified yes, please. I think the cheese and crackers that I'm yes pleasing are probably different than the cheese and crackers that you are oh pleasing.
Definitely.
Brie on a cracker is good. That's good.
Which one?
Brie?
Yeah. I'm going to need like a yes please or oh Puhleeze ombudsman to come in and declare whether Jeff gave a true yes please or oh Puhleeze. Tony, think about who pays you.
Oh, I don't. You're not going to like it.
Think harder.
I am a strong yes, please.
Woo!
It is not anything I ever really keep in the house generally, but if I am around some cheese and crackers, I can't stop. And I recently bringing up the squirt cheese that we were just talking about. Recently bought some of that to put in the Kong for the dog.
Oh, yeah.
And let's be honest, I ate most of it. He barely had any.
Did you eat it out of the Kong?
He had a little bit, but not too much.
Oh, we're seeing Bentley. Hi, Bentley.
So cute.
How's everything going with Bentley? Oh, wait. I want to know that, but first I must ask. Someone posted a photo of your dog looking adorable, and it says Bentley Thaxton is your new best friend.
That was former guest Brian Diaz.
We'll see if he
And-
comes back.
Yeah, I actually just found out recently that his girlfriend Julie listens to the show. I had no idea.
Oh, I
So,
love
hey,
to
Julie.
hear that.
Yeah. So yeah, blame him, not me. I had nothing to do with that.
He'll be hearing from me.
Okay, I'll let him know.
Yeah. I've got some
But
things
to answer
say.
your other question,
Yeah.
Bentley has been great. He is, of the dogs I've had, he is by far the cuddliest dog I have ever had, which I'm totally cool with. Every now and then it's a little bit like, all right, dude, give me a little bit of space. But most of the time I'm all for it. And yeah, he's good. Since the neutering, the peeing has not been an issue anymore. And yeah, he's super mellow most of the time. He'll have his spaz out moments, but he's still a little bit of a puppy. So, but yeah, he's pretty great. Except he's very curious. He does like to find things to eat or chew. So that's a thing to work on still.
Has he destroyed anything?
No, because I watch him pretty closely. Because if I don't, then he'll have a mic cable in his mouth or something like that. So, which has happened.
And what are the circumstances where he's like in your space too much?
Well, right now it's kind of happening. But no, he follows me everywhere. Like if he's laying on the couch and I just have to go grab something out of the bedroom or something, he will follow me. And I it's always that's that thing where you wish they understood English, because I always just would be like, just relax, stay comfortable. I'm going to be back in literally 5 seconds. And he just follows me everywhere.
It's the same with human children, because whenever I sit at my computer, all of a sudden Owen's by my side going up, up, up. And then he wants to sit on my lap. And then I have my keyboard in a keyboard, like my desk has a keyboard drawer. And then he tries to close the drawer on my fingers and wants to type and will pull my fingers. It's so cute. Will pull my fingers off the keyboard. And it is like today I was like, I just need 1 minute. I just need to do something on my computer. Please. Like, just give me a minute. I just need to update something. And it was a true nightmare. So yeah, I wish that humans spoke English too.
He'll get there. I believe in him.
I think he will.
Yeah.
And is his head as big or bigger than yours, or is that just because he's closer to the camera right now?
He's only slightly closer to the camera, but he's got a large head. He's got it's like a large grapefruit sized head, I would say.
That is very cute. Allan, Jenna.
Yes.
Are you doing a Facebook Live comedy show?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
In less than 2 weeks, March 13th, it's a Saturday night. I'm doing a Facebook Live show, and I'll be doing stand-up. Al will make an appearance. We have a big announcement we're making, and we're also going to do like a giveaway. So the tickets are $5, and you can just, load up whoever's in your house on your couch, whatever, hang out.
Yeah.
And it's going to be so fun. I just felt like I needed to do a show. I haven't done a show for a couple months. And I'm hoping to do more shows later this year. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just kind of a weird spot to be in. So I just thought, like, let's do a show. Anyway, so we've got something to share. And then I'll do stand-up. And I can't wait. So if you go to my Facebook page, JKJ Comedy, you will see that you can purchase a ticket, and then we're going to also figure out a way to make it available. If you can't watch it live, you'll be able to see it if you get the ticket. So anyway, we're making it work. I'm very excited. Zoom shows are weird, or these virtual shows are kind of weird, but they actually turn out to be a ton of fun. So if you haven't joined one, I recommend it, because it's kind of a weird experience, but it's fun, and I'm telling jokes, and this guy will be there. I mean, that's just worth the ticket right there. So it's going to be fun.
Is your announcement going to be that you're splitting up over the like breadstick versus cracker thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
Absolutely.
I can't be next to you. Someday
The
I'm
breadstick's
going to
better.
find someone who smears my lipstick, doesn't make my mascara run. You know who you are. That's right.
Oh
That's
my
right.
gosh. I have something in my throat that won't go away. I am so sorry, everyone. That is just terrible podcasting. But yeah, we're really excited for the virtual show.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of strife, which I did for 1 second, if you're having trouble meeting your goals, or difficulty with relationships, or trouble sleeping, or you're feeling stressed or depressed, BetterHelp is available. BetterHelp offers online professional counselors who can listen and help. You just fill out a questionnaire to assess your needs, and BetterHelp will match you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. And you might be thinking, but what if it's not the right fit? I don't want to commit. This is an unusual time to be starting up with someone new. And here's the thing that I think is so great about this. You can change therapists as many times as you want. no additional charge. So if you feel like the first person is not right, I actually know someone who found a great therapist. It's actually Allie Ward, who she talked about it on the episode with her that came out last week. She has a therapist through BetterHelp, loves it. Her first person didn't feel right. Next person was like, bingo, this is the one for her. BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so it's easy and free to change counselors if needed, and it's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Allison Rosen's You Best Friend listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/bestfriend. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/bestfriend, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced BetterHelp professional. I say, let's do some iTunes comment of the week.
Sorry, you did all that, and then I wasn't
It's okay.
prepared. Blame the dog. Okay, here we go.
Allison wants your iTunes comments. Allison wants them, yes she does. Please leave her some iTunes comments and don't forget to click 5 stars.
The Pearl of Podcasting by Sleepy Night Owl. The subtle changes with different guests is fascinating. Makes a nice tonic while I'm cooking. Also shares personal stuff on her Instagram, which is very generous and heartwarming.
Aw.
Shiny heart, shiny heart, shiny heart.
Thank you very much.
You want me to do the second one?
Yes, please.
All right. Loved the Mark Normand ep from Never heard this pod before, but saw that Mark was going to be in, so I gave it a listen. Loved it. Was great to hear a non-comedian interview Mark. She seemed to remember a lot from their previous episodes, which is always great to hear some callbacks. Make me want to go check out the first 2 WoW he was on. I think I will. Maybe
he's
the
been
first
on
show.
3 wows. Thank you, Al. That brought me back. Thank you guys for the wonderful comments on Apple Podcasts. If you would like to leave one, I would sure love that. Could that have been more passive aggressive? If you could, are there paper towels in here? That's a passive aggressive way to ask for paper towels. If someone would like to leave a comment, wow, not a lot of comment. Anyway, I love your your Apple Podcasts. That's what it's called now. I'm old. Comments, keep them coming. We read them on the show. I personally read every one of them. Love it. By the way, I sent Al screenshots. Did you notice that under the recommended
I did.
or I don't know if it's recommended or if it's like other podcasts you might enjoy, and Couple Friends is on there.
Our podcast
no
was on
way.
there. Yeah. Other
that's
shows you
right.
might also like.
Aw.
I know. Look at us and our silly faces.
I say let's do some Just Me or Everyone.
Sometimes I ponder on something I have thought or done. Is it just me or everyone?
Okay. Now, does anyone here have their own Just Me or Everyone to discuss first?
Yes.
I do. Just me or everyone. Did you forget to do a just me or everyone?
Yes, that's me. Oh, wait. No.
I thought it was just me, but it's everybody? That's awesome.
It might be everyone, yeah. I mean, it's a scourge. Okay. What about you guys, Jenna or Al?
I've got 2.
I'm
one.
well, no, I'm going to steal one of Al's because I feel like it really applies to me more.
Then we've got 3.
Oh,
Ooh.
look at you.
Boom.
Oh my goodness. Basically, since since the pandemic, I want to blame it on the pandemic, but I don't think I actually can. Just me or everyone, folding laundry is a nightmare, and I just let like 10 loads pile up until it's like a huge pile, and I call it Laundry Mountain. And then we have to have like a night where we sit and watch a show while we fold the laundry.
But not before trying to find one tiny piece of clothing in the giant stack that you're looking for and just digging through like a coal miner.
Al pretends to like swim in it and dive. It's like a whole bit that he does. The girls are into it now.
It kills.
Laundry Mountain, it's bringing us together and also crushing me. So that's mine.
I picture Al like Scrooge McDuck diving into his gold
yeah.
coins and doing a backstroke.
Mm-hmm. Where does it live? Where does it
Laundry
reside?
Mountain lives in our master bedroom. It starts with one pile, and then I don't get to that pile, and then I'm like, oh, but I already did this one, and then I did another one, and now I've done like 6 or 7 loads of laundry without folding anything, and it's a big pile.
Yeah, it's tough.
So our washer dryer is just off of our kitchen. And we have like an open kitchen, and then there's Jenna, everyone here has been here. You know where our couch is. So I take the clothes, or Daniel, we take the clothes out of the dryer and then just dump them onto the couch. And then when things are running properly, they get folded and moved. And then when they're not, we have our own laundry mountain. And then Daniel last night was like a 50s housewife. He was like huffing and puffing over how it's 11 o'clock and there's still so much to do while he's like folding the laundry. And I was thinking, just don't fold it. You don't have to do it.
See, that's what I am. I'm like, Jenna, tomorrow is another day.
And I'm like, but my self-esteem gets worse with like as this pile grows, because I think, just fold it. How come you can't do it? I hate it.
Yeah, because it just it gets unfolded. And also, not to do a Seinfeld bit, but I have decided from now on, when washing children's socks, I need to just put them in a laundry bag or something because they're too small. You'll never get them paired up again.
Yes, that's what started the whole bit of Al swimming through the laundry. Was trying to find socks for the girls for preschool.
Yeah. I had to just dive in there and just do whatever I could. Just clothes flying everywhere.
I know.
Yeah.
And see, this is terrible. My mom, Janae, she loves folding laundry and she does it impeccably. And I'm like, what? Why did I not receive this? I can't bear it. I barely get it done.
Yes. Janae, in that regard, sounds like Daniel's mom, who she's like Mary Poppins. Like, she comes to town and suddenly we have a new spice rack and these things are organized and there's like fresh flowers in a vase and everything's more beautiful and very homey. And it got me thinking, is that what Daniel is used to and expects? And if so, what a disappointment I must be. Because I do not have an ounce of that. I don't know how to make anything prettier. I barely know how to clean. I don't enjoy doing, I dislike intensely doing any of that. So,
It's okay. He knows who he married. He knows.
I know.
I told Al I have a whole bit that I used to do long ago that when we got, he was like, he used to travel all the time for work. And then when we got married, he stopped traveling. So he was used to like a maid coming in and making the bed every day and like getting fresh towels. And so I just told him you get one towel every 2 weeks. You better deal with it.
But a mint on the pillows every night, right?
Come on, turn down service.
Yeah, we had to shut that down really quick. Yeah.
Where's the little paper lids that go on top of the freshly cleaned glass in the bathroom?
Yeah, I do
glass in the bathroom.
Right. I wrap a sash around the toilet.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
The one thing I do is make the bed. It's very important to me to make the bed, but that's just pulling a sheet up.
I don't make the bed. I did that for a while. I thought I'm going to show Al how much I love him.
And I appreciated it.
By making the bed, and it lasted 6 months, and then I was like, ugh, I'm just going to get back in it as soon as he leaves.
Tony and Jeff, how homey are you guys? I feel like you both strike. Well, Tony, I'm looking at your place, and it's decorated nicely. And Jeff, I'm just seeing your cabinets, but I feel like they're probably organized.
Yeah, I just live in a 8x10 plywood box, so it's pretty minimalist. My place is fairly homey. I mean, it's been a train wreck since COVID, and it's it's a semi-train wreck now, but it's cozy-ish, I would say. For a guy, it's super cozy.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat where I think I'm usually pretty clean, but it's definitely gotten worse during COVID. I know so many people that have said the opposite, like that their house has never been cleaner, but I am the opposite.
Yeah, who are those people?
Yeah, it's nothing too bad, but it's messier than I would like for it to be. And I'll then tying this to the laundry thing. I don't have laundry here, unfortunately. So I don't let it add up, and I don't think I would do that anyways because that would drive me crazy. But I do hate laundry. Like, it is one of my least favorite things in the world.
So where do you do it?
The girl that I was seeing for a while, we have remained very good friends, and she lets me do it there.
That's
So that's what I've been
nice.
doing lately. Yeah, because I have a laundromat close by, but I haven't really wanted to go there during this, and she's been very nice to let me come there and do it.
That is nice.
May I purge myself of a deep, dark COVID secret?
Yes, please.
For a while, I was doing my laundry in a bathtub with a hockey stick.
Good for you.
You know what? I love that.
Yeah.
100% true story. I was like, I'm not going to the laundromat.
I love that so much.
You know,
And you know what? It was really satisfying because in those early days of COVID, nobody knew what was going on. There was a lot of tension, and I was just in there stirring up the laundry, and it was super satisfying. Like, it was a good workout. It was very aerobic.
The Chocolate
It was also
Factory.
very muscular.
were you just in there
What's
singing
that?
"Cheer Up, Charlie"?
Cheer up, Charlie. From Charlie and the
Yeah, I should have dressed up in like a purple suit with a top hat. That would have been good.
That is
and so-
amazing.
But the takeaway was it actually came out really well. Like, it wasn't stinky or anything. It actually cleaned up pretty well. But now I go back to the laundromat now, and I was always sort of a laundromat ninja anyway. But you should see me now. I am no exaggeration. Like, dropping the laundry off and getting it out of there. My entire cumulative time spent from the front door inside is like 90 seconds total. I have it down to a science. I just drop in through the ceiling and I'm done.
Back to this bathtub situation. Were
Yes.
you using laundry detergent?
Yes. No, I just ran over. I made a little Zamboni and I just ran over it with that package.
No, the reason I ask is that I have hand washed items. Like, if I'm traveling, I've hand washed items before, but I feel like I've just used like body wash or dish soap or something. I don't know if that's right or not, but that's what I have used.
When I lived in Uruguay for 2 years, I washed my clothes in a bucket for 2 years. And you would just like fill up a warm water bucket, and you could just buy like a bar of like clothes soap, and you would just put it together and scrub and rub it, and then hang it up. You're good to go. Yeah.
Anytime I've ever
didn't know
tried
that.
to hand wash, it does not go well. And I don't know what it is that I've done wrong, but like everything comes out all like stiff and wrinkly, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
You have to do a lot of rinsing. Well, first of all, you have to do a lot more agitation than you would think. But that wasn't a problem because I was working out the COVID heebie-jeebies. And you have to do a lot of rinsing, like way more rinsing than you would think.
Yeah,
Yeah, what piece of sports equipment were you using to stir your clothes, Tony?
Yeah.
that's where I went wrong. Yeah.
I was using a lacrosse stick.
Oh, cross stick would be good for that.
Yeah.
When I have hand washed stuff, like I said, when traveling, hand washed items, it does come out crispy.
Yeah.
And I just scrunch it up. But yeah.
Yeah, you have to do a lot of rinses, and then you have to do a lot of like squeezing and squooshing it to get the water out, which is also very. But the other upside, cleanest bathtub ever.
right?
And then where did you hang it all to dry?
I have an indoor laundry rack because a lot of times I'll go to the laundromat and I'll just have one load to do. And even in non-COVID times, I don't feel like hanging out the laundromat. So I would just wash it there and then bring it back here to dry. So I would just hang it up on the rack indoors.
Well, Jenna and I used to live in New York. I don't know if you guys know that. I don't talk about it often. And one of the things that I really like about New York are the laundry. And maybe they have them out here, but it's like everywhere in New York, or just the places. Jenna, did you go to these where instead of a laundromat where you take your coins and your laundry, you just give them your laundry It's like the same price, and they just wash it and fold it all, and then like almost shrink wrap it. It comes back in like a tiny.
Yeah,
they-
that's
Oh
amazing.
yeah, and everything's folded perfectly.
yes, and it smells good,
Yeah.
and it's so
Fluff and
easy.
fold.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
they
best.
usually it's like they weigh it, and so you pay by the pound or whatever it might
Like
be,
a
whatever
salad
their
bar.
system is. Yeah, and I did it for a long time because I had an apartment where we didn't have laundry in the building, and I did get someone else's underwear back once, and that was a lot for me.
What kind of underwear was it?
Well, it was a very sassy thong, and I thought, this is not mine. I know me pretty well. This is not mine. And it just felt like, ooh, that means my laundry's with everybody else's, which it doesn't matter. It got washed, but it was
weird.
like, it was a weird one for me. That was like, oh, shoot. I don't know.
What if you had received like men's boxers?
Still, I think I'd be like, ooh, I don't know.
Same.
Or
same
like,
issue.
or like
Yeah.
old lady,
Pantaloons.
yeah, like bloomers. Like from
Maybe I
Little
was
House on
wearing
the Prairie.
bloomers at the time. So maybe that would have been just,
You
maybe
know,
this is mine.
I never thought about it all mixed in with other people's clothes. How do they keep it separate?
See, I don't know.
It was probably left over.
That's probably what it
gotta
was.
be.
Yeah,
like
I'm
it
sure they
was
just
in
separate.
the dryer or whatever, and they somehow got in mine. It's like really not a big deal, really,
Yeah.
It's clean.
because it's clean. But for some reason, it was weird. But it is incredible. Like you can't figure out how they can fold your clothes and make them so compact.
Yeah.
That's what's so incredible. Yeah. So I did enjoy it, but it was a shock to the old system.
Maybe that thong was like their version of the tooth fairy, where your tooth fairy thing, where there was this thong left over and the boss was coming, and so all of a sudden they had to do like the close hand magic, like you did with Sam, and slipped it in with your stuff just
Exactly.
to keep from getting in trouble.
I know. I mean, it was. You know what it was? I just was intimidated by the thong. I think.
They're intimidating. You know my
They're
stance on
very
thongs, which
intimidating.
is that they're uncomfortable and stupid.
Yes, I can't stand them. So yeah, I think I was probably just more like, what?
Yeah, it's like this underwear is judging you for your panty lines.
it's very sassy for me. I just got boring old underwear that covers everything up.
Up your butt.
Can look, Greg Heller's not here, so I have to ask the obnoxious questions. Can Mormons wear thongs?
Oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can wear whatever.
You said, "Oh yeah," like Mormons are known for their thongs.
I mean, all my friends in high school did. I think I was the one
Yeah.
who didn't wear them because I
No,
thought
no,
the
no.
same thing. I thought they were just so uncomfortable. I had to wear them when I sang on that amusement park show because we couldn't have any lines or anything. And so, because we wore super tight, like crazy outfits, and I despised it. Couldn't do it.
It's like having
Wedgie.
a wad of toilet paper stuck between your cheeks all day, or like someone's finger. Like
It's nasty for me.
yeah, my brain says, "Oh, there's something in my butt. Get that out." I don't
I know, but-
understand people who claim that, "Oh, your underwear is just going to go there." I know we've gone. Look, I'm sorry if you're a long-time listener of the show. You know this. I've been through this before, but I don't understand people who are like, "Your underwear is just going to get there anyway." Then it doesn't
it's
fit
not.
right. Oh my god!
I don't have any issues with an anus ride.
I just think I'm with you on the it's not comfortable, but all my like friends, people I know, they're just so much more comfortable. I've never understood it. It's made no sense to me at all.
It makes me wonder, do people regard their butt as like in the way that like your arm touches the side of your chest when you put it down? And when is it making sense? Like when I'm wearing clothing, there is fabric in between my arm.
Oh, like
at
this.
my
Yeah,
armpit.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
fabric near my armpit. Or like if you're wearing, flip-flops, there's a piece of fabric in between your toes. Do they regard their butt cheeks as like two separate beings that it's okay to have something in between them?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's just a matter of, I mean, not to get too graphic, but like how I don't
dense,
know,
how
the
deep
shape or like maybe it's a.
Don't look at me like I know.
I don't know. I feel like
I have no idea. I can't. I
I
don't
just
want
want you to back me up on this butt talk. I don't know.
I can.
Like everyone has a different shape, size, depth. I don't know.
I honestly hadn't thought about that. Everyone, please subscribe to my Patreon to see 3 very uncomfortable men. I had not thought about how deep their butt is. It might be that. Like some people might have real shallow situation.
Gadgets.
Ladies, or anyone really, if you enjoy
Ladies.
if you the funny thing is that I think that was from a read I did for boots, for shoes. It was like, hey ladies, boot season is coming up.
Ladies.
If you enjoy a thong, I need to know why. I need some explanation. Even I remember Elizabeth Lame came on the show and she was like, there's this one brand, they don't even feel like thongs, they're amazing. And I tried them and I'm like, do you not have nerves in your bunghole? Because this feels like a thong to me. Okay. I want to know what is the deal. So you can write in at ariynbfshow@gmail.com. Tweet me at ariynbf. Hashtag Thonggate. I know it's a little played out, but what the heck? Did you have another JMO or should we go to some listener JMOs?
Al has some,
Oh,
right?
yeah, I can. Here's the thing. I've been trying to do a lot of home repair, trying to make Greg Heller proud of me because I remember him saying, you got to fix your own stuff even if you rent. And every time I work, I'm like, I hope Greg's proud of me. I've replaced a sink and a couple of toilets.
Wow.
And I know plumbing and electrical work can be very complex and very dangerous. But at the foundation, it is like so basic. Just me or everyone, are you like amazed at the basics of toilets? You just pull it off. There's a hole in the ground and they go like slap this like wax ring on it. And then you just set the toilet down and screw it down. And you're like, done.
Yeah.
That's kind of amazing. It's so simple.
I had no idea. I would have thought it
Neither
was
did I.
not simple.
Yeah. It's like, oh, the toilet it just works. Just does everything on its own. And don't get me started on ceiling fans and ceiling fixtures. You literally just take 2 wires and you twist them together. And you're like, done. Electrician over here. And you're like, we're twisting wires. We can put people on the moon. We can fly supersonic jets. But we're twisting wires together to turn
like
lights on.
That's like a legitimate way to hook up a lamp.
Yeah.
You take 2 copper wires. I mean, you want to turn the circuit breaker off, but you twist 2 wires together and put a wire nut on top of it. You don't even need tools. You just can use your bare hand. It's
I'm like
that
watching
is
YouTube.
electrician quality.
And the guy's like, bam, that's up to code. And I'm like, that's code? Just twist it. Have you twisted them together? That's craziness. Anyway.
Every time he's replaced a light in our house, it's like 45 minutes of this speech, by the way. I've heard this for hours. It's crazy. I mean, that's all you do. Can you believe it?
Just twisting wires together. That's the switch. Every time you do that.
Well, now you know why people pay an electrician $125 an hour is because the wife's kind of lobbying, like, I'm going to spend $125 an hour so that I don't have to hear the speech again.
Yeah.
Best money I ever spent.
That's right.
Well, then why is it so special? I guess because it's so dangerous.
It can get very dangerous very quickly.
Sure.
Like it's a very thin line. All of a sudden you get one that's like a 3-way switch, so you got to make sure 2 switches match and they toggle on and off. You get pretty risky. And I don't touch the circuit breaker. So anytime you get into the actual panel of the house, I like pump the brakes and go like, let me call a guy or a girl because it's not going to work. It's not going to work for me.
Have you had many female electricians come over?
I haven't, but you never know. You never know. I wouldn't turn one down.
No way.
So just wanted to make sure cover all the bases.
Now, why did you replace entire toilets?
They weren't good enough for Al.
They call it a throne for a reason. We should make it a throne.
He said our toilet's too small.
Yeah, we bought this house and it has circular toilets.
Oh,
that
yeah.
are it's like I'm going at a preschool. I'm all the way on the ground.
Okay,
and
but
I'm
then
like,
he bought toilets so giant that I'm like on my tippy toes trying to get on it. Okay.
yeah, but it's luxurious. It's luxurious. I measured them out. I made sure they're good. They're very efficient.
I stopped him because he was going to replace the bathroom that our girls use, and I'm like, no. Keep the tiny toilet. They will never be able to get on it. They're going to fall in, literally, which is their greatest fear. But I had to stop him.
I kept the parameters. I swapped the toilet, but I measured it. I made sure it was the right size for little kiddos.
Yeah.
And so there's something really nice about it.
Are there that many different sizes of toilets? Because
Tons.
there's tons.
Tons. Yes. They want you to measure like how far you are from the wall to the center of the toilet. That's like a big deal. You got to know that distance. And then when you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, there's like 48 toilets in the aisle, and you're like, which toilet do I need? What brand is good? What gallon per flush do I care about?
Is the Poop King actually worth the extra money?
Right. It's important questions.
You'd think it would be
I don't know.
standardized. It's so curious. And yet you never hear people talking, at least I don't, about all the different sizes. Go ahead.
It depends on if you have when I got the air conditioners in the house, they said we'll give you a free inspection twice a year or something like that. And they sent a plumber to the house, and he walked around and checked all the plumbing. Oh, this was a good job. That was a good job. I said, oh, thank you. And then he saw this one. That's a good toilet. That right there, that's a high quality toilet. That one always flushes. And he's complimenting the toilets. And I'm like, I've never looked at a toilet and known cheap toilet. Whoa. Elger, watch out.
So you bought nice toilets?
I bought 75% good toilets.
Got it.
Not the 100% top of the line, but something pretty decent. Pretty decent. So
You didn't get the number 1, but you got the number 2.
but
Oh!
so anyway, I'm just impressed.
Back. Good
I did
stuff,
the
Fox
wax.
Man.
Yeah, because I recently used a toilet at my mom's house, the one that I grew up using. It was a nostalgic toilet for me. But I came out and I was like, is this a tiny toilet? Because now that I'm used to the ones at this house, I felt like, remember when you would go roller skating and you'd use the bathroom while on roller skates and you drop down? Suddenly it would I was aware of everyone's looking at me blankly except for Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
Exactly what you're talking about.
I've never
You're
gone to the
4
bathroom.
inches taller, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're
The toilet, whoa, where is it? I was suddenly made aware of the difference in toilets, and also my mom's, the angle of the back to it's very erect, whereas ours here, I guess you can lean back a little further.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
You're
real
one of
thing.
those rocking toilets.
It's a lounger. Lazy
Very
boy
relaxing.
toilet. Yeah.
You fall asleep on those.
But you guys don't have a bidet situation.
No, because we don't have any toilets that are right with the sink. Because I want a hot.
He wants a
line.
warm water, hot water
Yeah.
bidet. It's that or nothing for him.
Yeah, I want hot bidet or no bidet.
Bidet to you.
Yes. So that's why we haven't done it. Because I
Got
don't want
it.
cold water. Yeah.
Yes.
It would wake you up.
Yeah.
It would wake you up.
I've thought about punching through the wall and putting a plug right by the toilet so that I could get some sort of power heater situation with the bidet.
Yeah, I get the heated seat.
Right. But I'm not that brave yet.
He'll get there.
Yeah, maybe
Couple more speeches about electricity and we'll be there.
a couple more YouTube
listen,
videos.
Do it. If you can twist together 2 copper wires, you can put a sledgehammer through a wall.
Well, you recently moved a plug too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You did?
I figured out how to move them so that I can hang a TV and have a real clean look. I installed a light switch and a light.
This guy, it's
fresh-
just- yeah.
Yeah, I've done a couple things. Although I installed the plug and hung a TV, and I had to put real Romex through and Romex, whatever it is. It's the cabling that you do, and I was trying to source it back to the panel, and I turned on the TV and it was working, and I was like, nailed it. And then I wanted to see how does the TV look when the light's off, and I hit the light for the room, TV shut off. I accidentally wired the plug to the light switch. And it was like, nah! And then you have to go in and undo everything and trace it back. It was humble pie.
It was a happy day.
Yeah, it was sad. So
I'm very impressed. When you drive that cheese platter straight from the RV out here, will you take a look at my electrical as well?
absolutely.
he will.
Actually, I don't know. Burbank electrical work is it's like from the
Different?
50s, so I don't know. I don't know how good I'll be at that.
Yeah, we had a couple of our plugs in our bathroom and on the wall right outside of the bathroom don't work anymore. And that happened, I don't know, a month or two into the pandemic. And so we just have worked around it. We have like this just spaghetti of extension cords plugged into each other. I now blow my hair dry in a different bathroom that has a plug that works. One of these, so we're waiting for you to come out and fix it for us, Al.
All right. Yeah, I'll bring the tool belt.
Well, we'll see. Let's see if our house doesn't burn down first.
Yeah, that's a real issue. Yeah, is the insurance, will it cover all of the electrical work I've done? So,
I mean, I could probably safely have someone come out at this point.
oh
I just
yeah,
have been nervous about it.
they're really good. We've had a couple people to the house. They're so far everybody's been really
Yeah,
good.
really
Wearing
nice.
masks and clean up, and they'll do whatever you ask. If you say like, "Can you please put your mask on? Put the boots on. Here, let me spray your hands."
Put your pants back on.
Right, all that kind of stuff.
Wear this thong.
Test drive this thong. Is this weird?
Do you feel like something's in your butt, or are you getting used to it? Oh my gosh, you guys, it's been so nice to have you on the show. We just need to make this happen more often. And I would like to say hello and welcome to my new patrons. It's been a pretty Patreon busy. My Patreon is just heating up. I was delighted to see all the new patrons. So this is going to sound like a lot of people because it has been a lot of people. And also, I offer an annual subscription. So if you want to make things official in a Patreon way on an annual level, you can, and there's a savings with that. You get 2 months free, so 12 months for the price of 10. You can't afford not to unless you don't want to. But I'd like to say hello to my new annual patrons: Wendy M, Steve L, Jeff M, Nathan S, Luke C, Kate K, and Alicia D. And then Stephen S converted his monthly to annual. And then I would like to say hello to my new monthly patrons: Martin G, Paulina K, Joy F, Kathy G, Veronica G, Tim D, Ethan H, Mary Lou, Fred O, Katie, and Trina. Hello and welcome. I hope you are enjoying it. Weekly bonus episodes, monthly Zoom parties, these videos, behind the scenes content, all sorts of fun stuff. And then also I am on Cameo, and also my Monday episodes are on YouTube, youtube.com/Allison Rosen, Lorraine Newman this week, Allie Ward, Phil Rosenthal, Bobby Moynihan. Those are just some recent ones. Follow me on social media at Allison Rosen, Twitter and Instagram. Send your Just Me or Everyone's to at ARIYNBF. And of course, like I begged you before, keep those reviews coming. Jenna and Al, tell us where we can find you and what we should look out for.
Yes, you can find me at Jenna Kim Jones on Twitter and Instagram and on my website, jennakimjones.com. You can also go to facebook.com/JKJcomedy and get a ticket to my virtual show March 13th. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m., right? Yeah, 8 p.m. And I'm very excited about that. We're doing, like I said, I'm doing stand-up. Al will be there. We're making an announcement, and we're doing a giveaway of $50 Amazon gift card.
Nice.
So come and have some fun with us. It's going to be great. I can't wait. And also, lastly, we have a podcast called Couple Friends where it's Al and I every day, short episodes, Monday through Friday, or on Friday you can listen to all 5 episodes at once. And we just talk about crazy, silly, dumb stuff, and it's a ton of fun. Al?
And you have an album coming out too, though, right?
Yes, in May. May 1st. Yeah. It's called In Case of 2020, and I wrote and recorded it in 2020, which was crazy. And so there's a lot of fun new content, and we're going to have audio and video. So I am pumped.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Ditto. I'm at the #Al and everywhere Jenna said.
What a
And-
supporter.
And he has a very stylish regular haircut.
Oh, Al has. I'll be bald before Al.
The usual.
That's what I mean. I knew it was something like that. Jeff, what about you?
If you'd like to be bored to tears, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Colonel Jeff Fox. For upcoming shows, tune into the Axe Files, wherever finer podcasts are found. It's David Axelrod's long-form interview podcast. He just did an episode with Fareed Zakaria of CNN that was amazing. It's just a super interesting conversation. Check it out if you haven't already. The Bully Pulpit, a political podcast from USC. A lot of interesting, smart people having interesting, smart discussions about politics.
Do they talk about
Hacks on
thongs?
Tap. They do. 2 weeks from now, we're having a roundtable with Secretary of State, and they're going to talk about
Cisco.
thongs.
Sorry, and I stepped on that. Hacks on Tap, you're saying.
Hacks on Tap, weekly podcast with David Axelrod and Mike Murphy talking about the kind of inside politics of, or I'm sorry, the inside baseball of politics, kind of the decisions behind the decisions, and it's fun, funny, and interesting.
Wonderful. Tone Zone?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at
Tony Thaxton.
which is mostly just become pictures of my dog. Maybe an occasional picture where you can see my hair getting longer and maybe my face shaven. And beyond that, just my podcast Bizarre Albums every Tuesday.
Thank you guys so much. This was so much fun. We definitely have to make this a regular thing.
Dequants on the snappy.
Oh, God.
Quants.
He had to get his plug in.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Everyone follow Daniel, please, especially on Twitter, because in the same, like, he recently was heating up about doing another unmute Quants and how he thinks everyone's muted him, and he's really less political now than before or something. I don't know. So follow Daniel.
Quants.
It'll make him feel happy. And does anyone remember what he is on Twitter? Is he at Daniel Quants? He's at Daniel Quants on
Dequants
Twitter.
on the snappy.
Thank God he stopped doing the snappy.
Oh, yeah, check out the garage. Oh, yeah, it's a big... Get out of here, you motherfucker. Well, you know what? Try it out. I think you'll like it. Cool as fuck. What the fuck? Okay.
Nails is still going strong because he's still...
Nails.
Remember when you got him a birthday... A big birthday cookie that said nails on it?
I have some. What's the stuff that Trader Joe's had? It was like a flavor that was kind of like a cookie dough.
Oh, Snickulos?
Oh, speculous.
Snuckulos.
Whatever the real thing is, I bought one of their candy bars with it, and it's in my fridge, and I've never eaten it. And every time I open the fridge, it's on the top shelf, and I look at it in my mind, I hear
Snuckulos.
I think about the drop of Daniel like looking at the garage. I that just kills me.
Yeah, every
It
time.
just kills me every single time. I love it so much.
That was...
Oh, yeah, check out the garage. Oh, yeah, it's a big... Get out of here, you motherfucker.
That was in our...
Gotta bring the positive attitude up your butt.
The check out the garage was him talking about the hatred he feels for every other person at any open house we attend.
Yes, it's true.
And
I'm
I
driving
feel
down
it,
the road
and
and I'll see people in an open house. I totally hear that.
You do become weirdly competitive with them. Like,
oh yeah, yeah.
all right, you guys, this was super fun. Thank you so much for being on the show. Listeners, you matter. Thank you for listening. I love you. Goodbye.
Hey, do you know about the Allison Rosen show?